Can I read a question?
Yeah.
Okay, because I really like this one.
Welcome to the big show.
I hope I don't blow it. I recently went to a liquor store and bought a magnum of wine to last me the week. On the walk home, I stopped in the grocery store and proceeded to drop the full magnum of wine, which proceeded to shatter and spill out on the floor. I quickly got someone who works at the store to let them know and then walked out feeling embarrassed. As I walked home, though, I started to feel guilty that I seemingly walked into a store, smashed the bottle, and then walked out. Brothers, should I have waited while they cleaned up or offered to help in some way? And that's from No More Wine in New York.
Oh man, what a fun situation.
The worst.
Why did you? It's weird. The weird thing to me, I guess New York, like, they don't have grocery stores in New York, so you have to go to like Jim's Ham Depot and get your ham, and then you have to go to the Root Vegetable Depot and a lot of depots. So you do have to like stop in like 16 different discrete places just to like get the components of a single meal. Because to me, it's weird to think like, oh, I bought a big bottle of wine. Now it's time to go take this and me and my grapey buddy to a second location. That part is weird. That part's weird to me. Should you feel bad? No, that's like that's their job.
But you should feel bad. I hate this situation for you so much because you bought what was supposed to last you a week and you lost it in moments. And like, that's so painful to me.
You're sad. Wait, you're sad because the wine died.
The wine died, Griffin. That was going to be their wine compatriot that was like, hey, you and me for the week. This is like my ration of wine. Yeah. And you lost it. And like, you're not going to get enough. You walked home in shame and you're going to punish yourself for the week because you made like the stock boy clean up your Magnum mess. And
is there a similar situation? Is there anything worse than breaking a glass while you're at a bar or a restaurant and being like, I made a uh-oh.
Yeah, there is something worse. Bringing in a glass from another restaurant, smashing it on the floor, because that's what this person
Yeah,
did.
but that's not theirs. Like, if I would rather somebody came in my house and like shattered some dishes that they brought from home than do it to my own shit. I went on a bunk trike, by which I mean a drunk bike. They should call it that, because once you reach a certain point, that's how you called it. I went on a drunk, what's it called? Like, you get on the pedal wagon. Pedal wagon, yeah. And went on a bar crawl, and we stopped at one place that had a little arcade in the back. And so me and a buddy I put in some quarters to play some Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Championship Edition. I was like, fuck yeah, here we go. Almost as soon as I put the quarters in and began my campaign as E-Honda, I put my drink down on the NBA Jam machine, not realizing that the console I put that on was
sloped console.
It was at about maybe like a 60-degree angle. It's not
sloped. Oh, Griffin.
And so my glass broke, and I was torn because there was broken glass on the floor. It was a hazard, but I just begun my game of Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition.
What did you do? Don't leave me in suspense.
I stood there. Somebody came and cleaned it up. It wouldn't have been
While you continued playing? Like, you just, like, lifted your feet up without looking at them so they could sleep around your toes?
It was 50 cents. It was 2 quarters.
Listen, I get it. Question asker, the next time this happens and you drop it, and it shouldn't happen again, and it shatters on the ground, I want you to loudly announce, the Piggly Wiggly sends their regards, and then storm out.
Here, if this is not necessarily a funny thing to say, but it is the truth. You couldn't have helped cleaned up because they, I'm sure, have like insurance policies that do not protect them if like customers get hurt in their store. If you were cleaning up your own shit in the store and then you got cut, then that could be a lawsuit for them. So they wouldn't let you help anyway.
And it would have been way worse if you had just stood there watching them clean up.
Yeah,
that was the right thing.
That was literally the worst thing you could, like, that would be worse than kicking their teeth in.
Mop up
your bottle.
Mop up my scrub my whoopsie.
Because if you take that a step further, you're concerned if you're someone who just seemed to walk in, smash a thing, and leave. It's way worse to be a person who walked in, smashed a thing so they could watch others clean it up. Like, that's a way worse person to be.
Okay. I have a fucking great solution. And this is a new thing that everybody can do, anytime you want. Okay. You ready? I'm going to change this person's life and everybody's life. Next time you do something that's like so embarrassing that you think you're never, like, you make a huge mess in a place, or you're like happened to this person, you smash a bottle or whatever. just run for the door, and right as you hit the door, as you're about to leave, shout, Jackass 4 coming to theaters next year, and run out the door.
So anytime you bust your ass,
you fall, you knock something over, whatever.
Point at a bush and say, "Did you get that?
Did you get it?" Point at a bush, say, "Did you get it?" Or like get your camera phone out and act like you're like talking into it, like you're getting some like guerrilla footage, and then just shout, "Jackass 4 coming to theaters next year."
Yeah, you crash your car into another car, and you'd be like, got you, punked, season 3.
I'm Johnny Knoxville," and then you run away.
What's up, Wild Boys? Fuck you and your Jeep. Later. Got you, season 4. Bam's here, the whole team.
It's Bam Town, and then you run away.
Justin, I thought you were going to go a different way. I thought we were on another like psychic link thing, where my idea was for situations like this where there is no good solution. What if everybody just carried a bag of treats around with them, and that's like their last resort whoopsie bag? And it's like if you drop a bottle of wine and somebody else has to clean it up, and there's no good solution for this problem. So maybe you just like reach in and you'd be like, "Fuck, all right, well, listen, obviously I goofed up and you're having to deal with it. So what do you like a fun size Snickers? I've got like little puzzles in here. I've got
one of those super high bouncy balls."
I've got some I got one of those, you know, those little plastic homies that you could get from the little gachapon machines. I got a couple of those if that's what you're into. And I have one slimy hand left. So which is it going to be? I would take the slimy hand if I were you, because that's like, you can get a lot of fun out of it. There's also
you always got to dig to the bottom to find the foam plane.
No, and it's never going to be good. Like, yeah.
But you love the idea of it because it's like, ooh, it's like a World War II fighter plane, but it's going to last you like 30 seconds in the real world.
The power of
flight. It basically
flight
turns your life into one of those hair redemption machines at Fantastic Sam's.
Yeah. Boy, that's going to be an extremely local joke. Do you guys want
Fantastic Sam's all over the fucking place?
But did they do the hair machine there?
They don't even do it. They don't even do it at the Fantastic Sam's in Huntington anymore.
They realized they were losing a ton of money on toys, and the hair was not covering the cost.
I still wish I could figure out how the fuck they did this, though.
Just to explain it, and
don't
I want to explain it because if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's going to sound fucking wild. There was a little. It was a box.
You can't pretend like you know how this shit works either.
There was a box where the box where the TV was.
Right.
Yeah.
And underneath that box, there was a flap, right? Some sort of, like almost like a cat door into this machine. And then you open the machine and you throw your hair into it. You like scoop up some of your hair off the floor and you throw it in the machine. And then something happens.
A wizard turns your hair into toys.
And then all of a sudden, there's a toy there and no more hair.
So don't piss that wizard off when he's just like walking down the street, like you bump shoulders and you're like, "Watch it, loser." And he's like, "Oh yeah, your fucking hair is starbursts now, asshole." Oh God
damn it. Not again.
Oh no. Hey bro, your hair is homies. Deal with it, idiot. Maybe think about that next time before you fuck with a hair lock.
I don't know if that was. We'll probably get some good emails and tweets about that, to let us know if that was just because they don't even do it there anymore.
Yeah.
Also, Fantastic Sam's. This is something the woman at Fantastic Sam's told me that I was not aware of. That all of the men and women that worked at Fantastic Sam's had to use. They couldn't use their own names.
So you're telling me that Sonny at Fantastic Sam's is not named Wait a minute.
Sonny works at Master Cuts.
Oh, sorry.
And they don't do it. And also too, they don't do this anymore. But they used to not let people use their names.
Why?
Because
government.
Because they wanted it to be like a chain, like a uniformity of experience. So, like, they wanted you to not... I mean,
it's like Doctor fucking Who? It's like a mantle passed from person to person?
Exactly.
I'm Batman. Like, what? What are you talking... How could that... What business... Why would they do that? Nobody else does that. It's like, you can't go to Taco Bell and be like, "Yo, David, where's David at? Which one of you's David? Because there's one in every Taco Bell. Where's my Taco Bell Dave?"
Is there a Dave here? I also think, though, that it's like... It's the... like they didn't want you to go open up your own Like if you left Fantastic Sam's, you could not take your customers with you because they could never find you again. You had to leave.
So like if you leaned in and you're like, my real name is Tom, like all the other people would turn around, sirens would drop from the ceiling, he'd be dragged away.
Yes, right. If you
and a different David would come out to finish cutting your hair. Like I've always been David. I don't know what you're talking about.
The sphere from the island would just like float over and just consume them. Nope. Thought crime.
Like, well, it's sort of like on Flavor of Love, when the women would get evicted from the Flavor of Love house, they would lose their nicknames and they would get their real names back. Like, they had to earn them. Like, as soon as they were eliminated by Flav, they would no longer be like Stinkweave or whatever their fake name was. They could be like Jillian again.
Oh man, you've just pitched a wonderful dating reality show where it's all about
Flavor of Love, Travis.
No. Imagine this, where it's like the 20 women and they're all trying to compete to get kicked off so they can be free and earn their names back and like return to their lives.
That is actually not too far.
That's actually pretty close.
Later seasons, especially.
Let's go to the money zone so we don't have to kickstart this brave new vision for reality television.